everybody! Welcome to another show of Who's an Anime with your superior host Steve, and maybe also superior host Colin. I don't know. Are we superior?
Yeah,
Maybe not.
we're Colin and Steve superior, Constructicons inferior, I think is the
Um,
quote, right?
wait.
Famous line from Transformers the movie, 1986.
Yes, yes, totally. But wait, hang on. Isn't it Rumble and Frenzy or something? I don't.
It is the Constructicons say that they should lead because they merged to form Devastator, the most powerful Decepticon, and
He's devastated.
then Soundwave says, "Hey, I think I should be the leader," and by saying Soundwave superior, Constructicons inferior. And then they say, no one would follow an uncharismatic bore like you. And I think Rumble says, nobody calls Soundwave unchrasmatic.
Chromatic.
Unchrasmatic. It's such a great line. It's such. I protest that one day we will actually cover the Transformers movie. It's basically anime.
I mean, what is anime?
I guess. Well, I would traditionally say, I suppose, something from Japan, but I guess we get a lot of animation from Korea these days as well. So South Korea.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's one way to look at it. And I suppose technically Transformers did come from there too, because it was done in dirty
Yeah.
sweatshops of animation.
Yeah, it was based on what I like. I'm not the toy person, but
That used to
well,
be.
I have the toys, but it was like based on a series before called Diaclone or something like that, and then they rebranded it as Transformers in America.
I think so, but I know
I,
of
I don't want
Transformers.
to. I'm pretty sure it's something like that, and then
If we had our friend, he would keep you right. But
he's probably crying. He's probably he's not dead, but he's probably spinning right now, and he's not sure why. Um,
boredom.
the I mean, maybe, maybe. Um, hang on 2 seconds. The
Teeth.
Japanese ones,
Hmm.
the Japanese ones are basically um after the movie, I think, like the core Japanese cartoons, because they didn't like the fact that they killed off Optimus Prime. Spoilers.
Optimus Prime died.
Yeah, and then they basically went, no, that didn't happen. And then again, this could be talking nonsense, but I do know that there is a bunch of different shows that I have on DVD called Transformers Victory, Transformers Headmasters, uh, Transformers Super God Master Force, I think is the other one.
Sounds about right.
They're,
Super
they're
God
pretty
Master
great.
Force.
Super
Yeah.
God Master Force is a joyous name for a TV show.
My I was speaking to my parents and my nephew's going to go up to their house, and he's looking for all these Target Masters that I had on my
Oh
Transformers
man.
because he doesn't believe they're all there. So he's got a list. And he's going to be checking them off. Yeah, that one's there. That one's
Oh
there.
man.
I mean,
Treasure trove.
watching them play with them, roughhousing these toys that I had like 30 years ago, 40
Good.
years ago,
Good.
eh,
No, not that long ago.
35 years ago.
Yes. Definitely
Jeez.
not 40 years ago.
No.
Or you were a like advanced baby.
Oh, I was advanced, like a Game Boy Advance.
Like a Game Boy Advance. So
32
yes.
bit.
Oh, I don't know if I said to you or not. I bought thingy for Game Boy Advance. Dealy Bobber, get there eventually. The cartridge.
Oh, the EverDrive
EverDrive, yeah.
for all your
Yeah.
nefarious means.
Yeah, from a homebrew. It's
You could
it's
do some homebrew.
it's yeah, it's coming from Hawaii. Interestingly,
That is rather far away. Um,
very
it wasn't
weird. I don't
Hawaii.
understand why.
Uh,
Sorry.
I was just trying to think that Hawaii changed its time zone, but it wasn't Hawaii. It was some other place.
Ah,
It was not far away from Hawaii in retrospect, but at least they lost an entire day at New Year's because they switched from
man,
being plus 12 to 13 hours to minus 13 hours.
oh my god,
So
that's
they lost.
awesome.
They literally went, "Oh, we're going to be like on this time zone now." Not and it's all down to trade agreements because they used to trade with Japan, so it made sense to be in
Okay,
like the other time frame. But now they're trading with America.
and they flip flopped. Maybe
Yeah,
one day they can decide to, if they want to change back, get that day back.
I don't know how that. Yeah, maybe they'll just like
Go
cryogenically
back.
freeze everyone, and everyone's frozen in
Oh,
place for a whole day.
I mean,
It's like, yeah, you got your day back. So
yeah,
cold.
enjoy it. Don't regret it.
I mean,
Don't regret the time you have.
technically, the group of islands is will be gone and whenever the ice caps melt. So
Oh,
they're pretty
oh
low
well, they
level.
have a very serious time related problem that is not to do with what time zone they're in.
Yeah, so maybe they switched into the older one. They'll get an extra day before they drown.
That is grim.
Yeah.
Uh, moving on to why we're here. Today we're here to talk about episodes 21 and 22 of Cowboy Bebop. First episode 21 called Boogie Woogie Feng Shui.
Oh yeah, it was called Wiki Wiki's French Way. What's it in
Yeah,
Japanese?
and it's Boogie Oogie Funshe.
Shunsei,
Funshe.
not once. I can't say it now. Feng Shui,
Feng Shui. Feng Shui.
Feng Shui.
Yeah. Uh, this is a weird episode.
Isn't that weird?
It's it's like
It's
uh
basically
it's like a noir
yeah,
thriller.
Jet doing his his noir thing. It's like, oh yes,
Yeah.
I got a message from my buddy who I didn't speak to for the last 14 years or something.
Yeah. I can't remember the guy's name. But he gets an email from the dude or a message or whatever it is saying uh come to the place where the thing and the four gods meet.
Yeah,
Cool. It's
uh,
like
some
that's a
mountain.
weird message. Yeah, yeah. The Blue Mountain, come to the place where the gods meet, four gods meet, and it's like, right, cool. I guess I'll go do that then.
Yeah, why not?
But th- well, this is what I was unclear on. How did he get to the location that it turned out he was supposed to be in without actually meaning to get to the location?
Oh, Feng Shui, man.
Is that like
It's all
so we're
destiny.
clear here? Yeah, feng shui seems to be like in this parlance mainly the idea that it's like, oh, I can make objects do what I want and people do what I want and make them
No,
interact in ways that will lead them to do a thing.
so, not really. I think it's more
No?
that they can sort of maybe influence it a bit more than say like a fortune teller. Um,
Yeah.
but no. So he basically was searching and went. searching for the man, and
Yep.
ends up at the grave, essentially.
Yep.
Because he knew where he
Okay.
was.
Yeah, because he knew where the grave was, but nobody knew there'd been an accident yet. Because it only happened 3 days before. I'm sure Mayfa, the daughter, mentions this.
Yeah, he'd certainly found the grave, but I don't know. Jet has many contacts.
He does, I wouldn't put it past him to have the wherewithal to find out
He's
if something had
certainly,
happened to a certain person.
yeah, he's certainly the guy that always has leads.
Yes, yes, he
E-
is.
Even
Um,
the ones that don't really make any sense, like when he was getting a lead for Ed.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh,
anyway, so he finds the grave and he says, "Oh, he's dead. What now then? What's this all about?"
surely, surely, if somebody told him where he was, he knew he was going to a graveyard.
Yeah, I think so.
Was he just expect? It's like, oh yeah, he's in the cemetery at this plot. What was he expecting him to just be sitting in a chair next to the stone? It's like, cool. Thanks for turning up. I see you got my note.
Maybe I don't know. I don't think he was that. I mean, this all happens like in the first 2 minutes of the episode. To be honest,
He does not seem shocked.
no, he's not.
To a
He's.
degree.
It wasn't until like the person, the gravestone, starts speaking to him.
Yes, that is more of a problem.
Yeah, it was what's his name's daughter,
Yep.
uh,
Mayfa.
Mayfa, um, was behind it and said some
Yep.
things, and then some guys went over there and started shooting at the gravestone, and
To be fair, this is a pretty cool scene because it's a nice bit of action where she's like, "Oh, gotta go," and just grabs him, and he's very, "What the fuck is happening? I was standing at a gravestone and I'm being shot at and being dragged away, and I don't understand."
yeah, well, that's it. I mean, even the guys that kind of shot him was like, because he gets like a couple of bullets fly by him, and it's like what, and then
Yep.
the guy who shot his colleague goes, "What are you firing at?" And then he died behind the gravestone, and he's about to like take out his gun and kill some people, and then
Yep.
gets yanked away. He's like, "Ah, feng shui has told me this way."
Yep. She's using a big kind of hexagon that spins inside.
Hexagon Ouija board.
Yeah.
You did call it.
Uh,
It's got a name. You did mention what it was.
does, and I remember hearing it and thinking that's not what I thought that was.
Yeah, I'm.
But I remember specifically what it is.
I remember hearing it and then instantaneously forgotten what it was called, and not even recognizing what it is. But
They do, however, escape from the men with guns by bailing into some water. Uh,
oh, they jump on the bus first,
yes, yes, that's true.
and then
There's
jump
a bit
off
of
the
a
bus onto the bridge because the other guys are falling in the black car.
yep,
Not entirely sure how they didn't see him jump off the bus into the river, and they surface from the water, and she goes, "Ah, I saved your life," and it's like what, and then sneezes.
it all seems very confusing. Still, Jet seems very confused.
Yeah, and then they go back to the Bebop.
Yep, where there are. This is the one of my favorite parts of the show of this episode so far. Anyway, is Spike, Faye, and Edward all just hanging out, staring. It's like, look, Jet's got a girl there. Is it a
Yeah.
girlfriend? Oh, too young to be a girlfriend. Does he have like a thing? No, too old for it to be a thing, which is a horrible comment. Horrible, horrible comment. Um,
Yeah.
And then Edward really enjoys this whole thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of floats about and
Oh, oh,
eventually goes over to offer her food. In fact, no, it's those weird peeps that he brought that Spike brought from somewhere.
no, it's Jet. Jet got him off Earth when
Jet.
it was episode that
Yes,
they go and get Edward.
that's right. It's those weird burnt looking peeps.
Yeah. So for you, madame, I think that's what Ed says.
Yes.
And it's like, are
She
you
does.
Jet's girlfriend? And then she's like, what? And then
It's
Jet
so
just
funny.
glares at Spike and Faye. He knows, he
He
knows it's him.
does the old ah and
Uh,
just walks away.
arms in the air army pose.
Yep. Edward sticks around though.
Oh yeah,
She gets the most out of the situation and just keeps being annoying about it, which is pretty funny.
she gets the hold of the board and tries to eat it.
Yes. Yes, she
She
does.
doesn't take a big bite of it. But maybe that's later. I think that's once they get the
I
sunstone.
think that's when they're in the yes, it is. I think it is, you're right.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, so they have had that awkward conversation where they're kind of drying out because he's obviously been thrown in the water by the
Yep.
girl, and she says, "Yeah, yeah, it's I knew your dad," type thing. We were
Yep. 10 years ago. 10
10
years ago I think it was the last
yeah,
time they saw each other.
yeah, and you're only ye high. Uh,
Such a cliche conversation.
yeah, and then I think he hands like, well, why are you here? How do you know about that? Because like obviously he died like 3 days ago. Well, this is when I got this
Yep.
message. Just as he
Oh,
died.
just before he died.
Yeah, in
Allegedly.
in a
Allegedly.
yeah in a gate accident.
Yeah, what was it like like the gate compression failed and he blew up or something like that. I don't know.
That's what they said it was. So he got
Going to Jupiter.
yeah. Um, and then they were kind of like, yeah, cool. And then they're on the park bench because that's the end of that scene. Eating ice
Oh,
cream.
this is the great conversation about them eating ice cream, and she's like not really paying attention, and Jet just starts going ice cream, ice cream, ice
Yeah,
cream, and it turns out the ice cream's melting,
yeah,
and then she makes some comment about how what is it, he could be her dad, and he gets in a bit of a huff about it. He's like, I could be like your boyfriend, but that's weird. So let's think about it as maybe I'm your older brother.
yeah,
And then like she starts shouting ice cream at him, and he devours an entire ice cream in 2 seconds flat.
yeah. That's some brain freeze right there.
My head would have exploded with that. So
Yeah, you know. Um, yeah. So he's like, oh, foot in the mouth situation there, Jet.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, at least they stopped that conversation at that point. That was the end of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much so. It's
Uh,
definitely all.
yeah. And then they go to the top of a big skyscraper, and
Yep.
then saying that's like the mountain, the Oni Mountain or something. I think there's he was saying.
Uh, that's the mountain, the blue mountain anyway, that's referred to in the note.
Yeah, I don't think it was a blue mountain because
Is it
I
not
thought
blue?
I thought it was Oni
Blue is
Mountain,
mentioned.
and then she went up and go, "Oh yeah, this is the place. This is definitely the place." And look over there, and they kind of look, and there's a blue train going by, some reflecting
Oh,
orange,
sorry,
and that's Blue
that's the
Dragon.
blue dragon.
Yeah,
Yes, and
and
then
then
there's the turtle and the something
snake,
else and something else. Yes,
turtle and the snake, the white tiger, and the phoenix.
yes, they're all there.
all there. And I went, ah. And then they were walking down like the street, and the two thugs are after them again.
Yep.
Uh,
Back on the chase.
back in the chase. But they find the sunstone is what they've been looking for.
Yes,
The
this
hunk,
is what the note was alluding to, I suppose.
yeah, in a mouth of a lion statue.
Yep.
And they go, oh, and no one's blinked an eye, and she yanked this stone out the mouth of a statue on the corner of a shop, uh, and literally fell away because it was stuck there so hard. So when she
Yep.
released it, she stumbles. Um, Chet notices they're being followed. Huckle her into like a shop, buy some booze or
Yep.
drink, and then the guys follow them in. A little brawl happened, and Jet overwhelms them, and she's just pounding
Yep.
one on the chest, and then he wakes the other one up with the booze, and then he starts telling that there was the syndicate, and they're not happy about the guy.
Oh, but he does it in such a great way where he's like, "Come on, tell me who you are." And he's like, "I can't tell you that. You'll have to kill me." And he just puts him in a headlock. And he's like, "Okay, I'll tell you." Then he tells him who he is. He's like, "So why are you following?" He goes, "I can't do that." And then he just puts him in a headlock again. He just starts talking immediately.
Keeps him in the headlock. I can't tell you that even if you kill me.
Yeah, it's
It's
so
like,
good.
and I don't know. He ends up killing them as well, I think.
Does he?
Oh, he certainly has a headlock and he goes okay, noise.
Oh no,
And then he
no, I
drops to the
didn't.
ground, and then before they went and started trouble, they scared away some kids. It's like, you kids, scram type thing, and like kicked their ball away, and then the guy's lying unconscious, and the kids come back over and go, oh look at the cool sunglasses this guy's got, and start taking.
I didn't think
And
he was dead. I just thought he was unconscious.
he might be unconscious. It might be Batman dead. It certainly was a there certainly was a crick in the neck
Yeah,
when he was finished with
he's
them.
Batman Dead's a good. He's just real sleepy.
Yeah,
It's all
just
good.
too sleepy. Do you
Yeah.
ever watch the was it Batman? It was like a skit. And
No.
it's just it's a guy who's out with Batman. Um but he's like he's there with sort of Commissioner Gordon and like Penguin.
Uh-huh.
And they're saying like, you killed all my guys, and he goes, no, they're not dead, they're just sleeping. What are you on about? You like grabbed like their guns and then just like shot them. No, just sleeping.
That's good.
I
I
think
like that.
it's bad. Oh, I can share the link. It's a YouTube skit from I want to say College Humor.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably is.
Um. Anyway, yeah. So they get the Sunstone escape,
Yep.
put a guy to sleep. Also, apparently, who knows? Uh, get the Sunstone, scan it, and it's part of the gate crash that happened 15 years ago. The explosion,
Yes.
the same one that made the guy immortal, same one that Faye. No, the same one that ruined Faye's history because everything was lost before then.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, pretty
Because
good.
it's linking all the stuff together
Mm-hmm. Linking it all together.
in a way. I
Next
mean,
thing you
it's
know,
it's more information uh, than we've had on that topic. I think
a bit more, yeah.
it's yeah. I mean, they're very vague about the gate disaster generally. The most I think we heard about it was in the episode with the chess guy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, here you go. What do you think? I think a big kaiju's going to come out at the end, and they got to fight it off.
I mean, that would be good.
Yeah. Wow.
Could be worse.
Oh, we've got what? 4 episodes to go, and a movie.
Yeah, maybe there'll be a kaiju in there somewhere, right?
Could happen. Could happen. Uh, yeah. Anyway, so they bring it back, scan it in, and it's like, oh, my dad's got one of these type thing, and they're very rare. Uh, and stuff about that, and then and they were talking about it, and then Ein kind of like picks it up, the stone,
Yep.
and
Just
this is
takes it
like,
away.
yeah, and then it's sitting on the stairs with the board, and then you have to stick it next to the board, and it makes all these weird rotations. She says, "Oh, that's weird. I took the magnet out of this board. Why is it doing that?"
Magnet? Why would there be a You know what? Never mind. I don't even want to know why there'd be a magnet in it.
It's to get all the rays, because when they were sitting in the park bench, she was explaining the whole concept of feng shui. Because she says, "Oh, is this not like just fortune telling?" And he's like, "No, no, it's more,
So much more than that.
so much more than that. It takes in the elements of like heaven, earth, heaven, the heaven chi, the earth chi, and the human chi." They're going to say,
Yeah.
living organisms and that. Uh, anyway, so they do that, and I go, "Oh, right, yeah, I know how we can find my dad or find stuff out. We'll stick this in the thing, and then we can go and find him." Because it starts rotating in a way that she can read. I don't even know how that works because it's
No,
just
I have
wood
no
board.
clue. Is it wood? I thought it was metal, but that would be
No,
really heavy.
well, it's pretty wooded. Um, in the early 3D modeling of it. So then they went to the Stargate. That her dad disappeared into.
Yeah, the one to Jupiter.
Yep. And then Mai is getting got a bit upset that the message went to Jet. So, "Oh, I don't know why he sent it to you," type thing.
Yeah. Yeah, not to make you feel less of a person, but yeah, why would he send that to you?
Yeah, and who were you to my father, and who is my dad? Because I don't really know him because my mom left him
Oh yeah.
many years
7
ago.
years ago?
Yeah. Uh, apparently it was because he was an informant to Jet for the syndicate.
Yep. And well, yeah, he was a member of the syndicate who wanted a way out. So he
Yeah,
got involved with Jet to become an informant. Uh, and that didn't seem to work out.
yeah. It didn't work out too well for him, and he sent him. Oh, I don't know. It looks like maybe he separated from his wife and his kid to protect them. So it kind of got played out
Yeah. Yeah.
because that's what Jet says. Oh, if you cross the syndicate, they'll come after the whole family to make sure you're not you just don't you know take it on the chin.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think the syndicate must chase him into the gate because they send like an automatic robots things at him.
They send a big robo ship with robo drones
Yeah,
uh after them,
uh, and then
which is kind of cool.
yeah, and then Jet sends Spike and Faye out, and Faye
In the greatest way
complains.
possible.
Yeah,
Yeah. Spike, Faye, deploy. Like, what? Why the fuck am I getting involved in this? Like, I don't want any of it. Is like, look, you can either die on this ship or go and do something about it.
Pretty
It's
much.
such a great argument. I really like that bit.
I think I was Faye complaining, I think. More than
Yeah,
Spike.
I love Faye's reluctance to do anything to actually help, despite the fact that she basically calls that place her home now.
Yeah, that's it. I was so yeah. Yeah, so they send out and they start fighting. And then Ed's looking at the schematics of the Sunrock and comes in, I found the answer. Or I know what to do.
Yep.
And so they eject the Sunrock out the toilet.
Which, like, yeah, I assume it was a quick way to get it out of the ship.
Yeah, I think it was. Tell Spike to hit it with his plasma gun. And it causes like a big distortion in the field. All these robot ships get sucked into it and blow up. And boom, there's the old man
Yeah,
dying.
hidden, in a portal within a portal.
Yeah, a portal within a portal. And he's unable to escape and has no oxygen.
Yeah, he's out of fuel basically, and is unable to move out of the portal. And the length of time that it will remain open wouldn't be long enough for someone to go in and back.
Well, yeah, I don't think they can get close to him either because of the force field or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and basically they had their teary goodbyes. I was like, oh, I knew you'd get my daughter involved yet. And and then the daughter says, I hated you, but I don't know.
Like, of all the goodbyes, I because there's the conversation is like, Jet's like, or the guy's like, I used feng shui to get you to bring her here, and Jet's like, no, I think she used feng shui to bring me here to find you. And he's like, well, you could be right.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I am very confident about my abilities, but the fact that you said that thing right there, it's completely changed my mind.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, yeah. Uh, maybe
Yeah,
I
guess you're right.
maybe I'm overconfident about my abilities.
And then yeah, you're right. It's like she's like, yeah, I hated you. No, I don't. And there's literally no goodbye. It's just like it fades away having him heard that. Which I think is like I thought that was kind of nice, like in a way. Like it didn't need to feel rushed or overly soppy, just like quite
Mhm.
cleverly uh dramatic in a nice way.
Yeah, yeah. It was. That's it, and then it cuts off. Jet's younger sister, Mai, has now
Yep.
went back to the planet.
Yep.
Um, and they go off on their merry way in their
Yep.
noir kind of voiceover bits.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, there's like a jet voiced over outro
Yeah,
talking about everyone.
yeah,
Um which is okay. Um and yeah, I think that's the end of the episode, right?
yeah. It wasn't much more in that, but
Ah, how do you feel about this one?
it wasn't terrible. But then can't really say much about cute Cowboy Bebop being terrible. I don't think I've dropped a score below 7.
No, we've had a couple of sixes.
Oh, I had some sixes. Or maybe that it was that kid
Yeah,
episode.
there's
Maybe.
there's a few sixes actually.
Wow. I can go through them.
One, two, three. You've given four sixes.
Four sixes.
Four sixes.
One more and the number of the devil.
I've also given four sixes in different episodes.
Yeah. this one here, I don't know. It's good. I like the awkward conversations and the evil
Yeah,
looks and glares. Always forgot to say that he was quite protective over Mai because he got
of
like
course.
Spike and Faye leaning in over her, smoking, and he's like, "Right, this is no smoking zone now."
Oh, that's right. That's what part of the outro is. It's like this is a no smoking zone, and yeah, they get dragged outside like it's 2005 in Scotland, and everyone's been told they have to smoke outside now. But the bit at the end where he's like, and then our no smoking area became a smoking area again.
Yeah, that's it. That was part of the outro.
I
And then they
forgot
were
about
just.
that. That's pretty funny.
You also get the scene of them just standing outside with their like tin cups as ashtrays,
Yep.
just looking a bit dishevelled and being kicked
Yeah,
out.
and then later on, smoking in a different part of the ship so that it's not that area. I think Spike is like lighting it off of the back of a rocket or something like that.
I think it's just a cooker, a gas cooker.
Is it? It looked like it looked like munitions. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
I mean, it's not like he's not done that before. He tried to light that thing when he was
No.
fighting that uh weird alien creature thing,
Oh,
and
toys in the
he's
attic.
yeah, and he uses the flamethrower to light his car. He just fries half his face in the air. And
Uh,
and ruined the entire cigarette because it didn't light. It
that's
just
right.
disintegrated.
It's one of the only good bits about that episode.
I
Um,
thought you kind of like that one. Anyway, yeah, it has good bits, has funny bits. It has some action. It's kind of goofy. Uh,
yep, yep,
I'm going to give it. I think it's a 7. It was entertaining. I could watch it again, uh, as I
spot
have
on.
watched it again.
I wholeheartedly agree. A 7 is the right score for that. It's definitely not the worst episode of Cowboy Bebop. It's definitely not the best, but it has some good comedy, some decent action. I think the story is just a little bit boring, and I say that, but I say boring because it rushes through what could have been quite an interesting story. It just goes through
Yeah.
it like da 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 da, just
Well,
very very quick.
you got 20 minutes to do it.
But they could have made a two-parter.
They
Not
already
like it
did that.
hasn't been done before,
They already,
twice.
have they done it twice?
Well, they will do it twice. The last two episodes are part
Two-parter.
one and two.
Yeah, but they're like the one was like middle of the season and the next one was like the end of the season,
Yeah, I guess
and
that's true.
it makes a lot of sense to make it two-part the last one because the big
Yeah,
kaiju comes out through like the broken roof of the Stargate.
kaiju.
Kaiju.
That'd be awesome.
Uh,
Um, I think that's a fair score for that one. I do think there's some really funny moments in it, but it's definitely not my favorite one. Just to point out that one of the sixes we both agreed on was that episode, the one with the mutant thing in the fridge. That was the 6 out of 10.
yeah, right. Yeah, it wasn't the best.
And My Funny Valentine, which I'm trying to remember what that one was.
Is that not the one where it's Faye's backstory?
I think yes, it was.
Where
Yep,
they could have done so much more with Faye. But then there's still three
still good.
episodes left.
Yeah. But more importantly, one of the sixes you gave was for one of the episodes I gave a 10. So there you
Oh,
have it.
which one is that?
That was Heavy Metal Queen.
Oh, the heavy metal boom. Yeah, didn't really like that one.
That one. It's so good. Uh, and then, yeah. Okay, so next episode up on the docket is episode 22, Cowboy Funk.
Can't wait for
I've been waiting to talk. I have been waiting to fucking talk about this one, Colin,
this one.
because there's some stuff. There's some stuff in this that I like.
What?
Okay. Uh, yeah, I Right. Okay. So
Let's,
this
let's,
episode starts out
uh-huh.
with the security guard in a tower, whistling away, putting a teddy bear somewhere, and then
Yeah.
just walking away, and then taking the escalators down,
Hmm.
and all of a sudden, oh, here's Spike.
Yeah.
What's Spike doing here? And Spike also is like, hey, so what you doing? What you doing here? He's like, oh, just working
You've
stuff.
forgotten this thing. He hands his bear back.
Oh, does he give him it back straight away? I thought
Yeah,
that was more of
he
a surprise
literally
reveal
start.
when he tries to explode it. Oh no, he
No,
tries to explode it with him. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Spike puts on his shoulder and goes, "Oh, you left this behind,"
That's
and the guy was like,
that's.
"What? Why would I
I,
have like
why would
this?
I have that?
Yeah, it's not my
It's like
not
that's
your
some kid left it. Whatever. And
yeah."
uh and then he tries to invite him out to a bar. It's just so weird.
I
Such a
think
weird conversation.
yeah. He says, "You want to go to the bar?" type thing. And it's more of the bar as I think was maybe jail, a hotel.
Yeah, it's no, the hotel is supposed to be jail. It's like, it's like, I don't know, I got to drive. It's like, you get a hotel. I don't know, getting a booking at some place might be quite difficult. No, this place is, all meals, definitely room. You just need to show up. It's
Yeah,
called jail, motherfucker.
yeah.
And he's like, that's right, Teddy Bomber. He's like, shit. How'd you know? Spike Spiegel. It's like, oh, see that you know who I am. Uh, it's such a great conversation because it is the dumbest fucking thing. Like the whole bit of it is just like, man, I I don't know if this is deliberately been written like this or if this was a genuine attempt at making some cool conversation. I kind of hope it's the prior and that someone was just like, no, this will be dumb and I love it.
Well, yes, I think it's probably the dumb thing because well,
I hope so.
this episode's not exactly the brightest. Anyway, so
It
they
only
put
gets better.
they put the bear on the escalator bell,
Yep.
uh, and it goes up to the top behind them,
Yep.
and then he goes, "Ha ha! Fool you!" Click. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, that's because I
Yep.
took the detonator out.
Yep. Took the firing pin out it.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Oh, and
Uh,
also forgot to mention that. Oh yeah, yeah. You're like one of the worst bounty hunters to ever meet. And then this other Andy guy, and he was like, Andy?
that's right. This is so good. Like, yeah, it's either you or Andy. Who the fuck is Andy?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But then Spike gives him a good punch in the face.
Yeah. Starts beating him up.
Knocks him flat in his ass. He's pinned up against a window and then rolls his sleeve up and he's like, there's fucking more teddies.
Yeah.
Gonna blow all this shit up. And it's like, okay, I guess Spike didn't account for that. Um, and then there's just, man, okay. So then you just sort of like hear this soft whistling in the background, and it's like, why is it playing that tune? A fucking horse breaks through the window.
Yeah.
I can't with this episode. Okay, so a horse breaks through the window,
Mhm.
and it turns out that, oh shit, it's Andy. Andy's a cowboy, a bounty hunter
Mhm.
who now you're like, oh man, this guy's in serious trouble, but actually he's not. Spike's in trouble. He's like, haha, the teddy bomber, and he's like, no, it's that guy. That guy there. He's the teddy bomber. No, I don't think so. He's wearing a security outfit.
Yeah.
It's just absolute gold. And the great thing about Andy is that he's basically blonde Spike in a cowboy uniform.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's glorious. It is absolutely glorious. Um, and in the confusion, of course, the guy bails out and
Yeah.
runs away because he has a chance now, and Spike continues to be pestered by Andy like he's committed some sort of crime.
Yeah. I was so Spike tries to chase him down and he gets lassoed around the neck
Yeah, he does. He
and get
nearly
yanked
kills him
back.
immediately.
And
Oh
then
god.
Terry Ruxpin, he goes ah, and he explodes things, and then like this whole twin tower slash thing with a big diamond in the middle, and the diamond in the
Yep.
middle just falls down, and
Smashes down.
and Spike goes, "See, told you he was the bomber." It's like, "Oh, better get out of here!" And then that runs, and Spike runs, and then uh, next thing you know, it's back on the Cowboy Bebop, and Spike's telling the story of how this maniac with a horse ran him over,
Yeah.
and both Faye and Jet are going, "A
Oh no, a
horse."
cowboy. It's very specifically a cowboy, and they're like, "Nah, this is bullshit." You could
Yeah,
have said like a samurai. I'd have believed the samurai, but a cowboy. And he's like, "How the hell do you think I got these hoof marks on my back?"
yeah. They were on about the horse. A horse? Nah, you're talking cow
Nah.
here. It was a cowboy and a horse. No, no, if it's a samurai, I would believe that, but it's-
It's like everybody's gaslighting him like constantly. It's like, how does nobody know who this Andy guy is? Like, apparently he's the second most famous bounty hunter.
to tell you, Ruxpin
Oh
anyway.
god. Oh Jesus. And then Ed's like, no, here he is. He's like a rich guy, super rich. Just does the bounty hunting for the funsies.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And then Faye's like, "Oh, rich, did you say?"
rich you say, and relatively handsome. Hmm.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah.
see opportunity. Uh, oh god. And then is this is the bit where they then figure out where the bomber is going to be next,
Yeah, so they're at a big
and
fancy party.
it's the masquerade ball,
Yeah.
and oh, Spike's got a mask and Jet's behaving like an asshole, and oh, it's just so good. I don't like.
Oh, we missed the part where Ayn has a wig. I don't know why Ayn had the
Oh
wig.
god, that's right. Why is that a thing?
I don't know
Like,
why that was a thing.
Ein's roaming about in a wig, and Ed's like wearing some other stuff, and just like things are really weird and completely. I don't understand any of what's happening at this point. But then, of course, they then use all of that to then get into the masquerade party. Uh, to, you've got Jet wearing that wig and saying "man" at the end of sentences, and
Yeah, yeah,
it's
man.
real uncomfortable. Oh God.
He doesn't create character. He keeps
He
it.
doesn't
Keeps it
even after they've found the bomber who's
going.
dressed like a teddy bear.
Yeah, I
It's like,
know.
how did you know it was me? It's like, come on.
No, oh, he's
Of
got
course I knew it was you.
it's a big teddy bear costume with a big hole cut for his face.
Yeah, his face is there. Not only have I seen you before, but who else is turning up to this dressed like a teddy bear? Come on, man.
Pretty much. And they were
And
saying
then, oh no, go on.
saying it wasn't him, his MO to kill people type thing. But
Yes.
anyway, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's starting to talk. He's like, "Do you want me to tell you why I do these things?" And then all you hear is the kind of,
yeah,
you're like, "Oh
mostly,
no, what?"
and it's not just like background music for him. It's
No,
actually music
it's
that
there.
he plays himself.
Yeah, because other people can hear it.
Yeah,
That is the thing that is the best about this, is that people are going, "Oh no, I hear the whistling. He's coming."
yeah, yeah. Oh,
Oh my god.
we also didn't. Ed found out that he was in the YMCA, and they go, "Oh,
Oh,
he's a
that's right.
Christian." No, no, young cowboys. So
Yeah,
he got kicked out though,
that's right. Yeah, for being too raucous and unpredictable and
being a nuisance.
annoying.
Yeah,
A nuisance, yeah.
and then Spike goes,
Oh
"See,
god. Yeah, he is annoying. Uh, oh, and this, then he just full on horse and cowboy come out of an elevator, which is also just amazing.
Yeah.
Because this episode is just scene after scene after scene of ridiculousness, and
Yeah.
I'm 100% here for it.
Yeah. Good. Was,
Oh God.
and then Faye and Jet go, wait, a horse?
I told you, it's a horse.
Yeah. And then he comes up and then he accuses Jet of being the bomber. And then
That's so good.
says something to Spikey like, who are you? Oh, we only met like yesterday. And you saw
I don't
the
remember that.
original. Yeah, I don't remember that. And this is the bomber.
Oh my God. It's just, oh, I love it. I love it so much.
What?
He's so inept.
Yeah,
And I don't understand how he's like, how he became so famous and relatively skilled, but be so terrible.
because
It's a great combination.
he's rich and can pay lots of money.
True, true.
Anyway, the bot Terry Ruxpin escapes again. He
Yes.
gets in his car.
And blows everything up.
Oh, again, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
of
and
course.
then yeah, he actually does a distraction. He does blow something up. He sets off a bomb as a distraction for him to escape.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then more bombs go off.
yeah, and then Faye and the cowboy go into like one of the lifts, and Spike and Jet run up the stairs.
He's like, hey, come on, pretty woman, come and ride on this horse.
Yeah, because
She's like, oh, okay.
she flirted with him.
Uh,
And,
it's just the next scene where, of course, yeah, like you said, that you've got Jet and Spike trying to follow the guy somewhere else, and you got in the other elevator or the stairs, and then you got them in the elevator, and then it's just next scene is Andy and Faye bolting on this horse, and Faye just being like
fucking hell. What did I get myself
ragdolled
into?
about.
Yeah.
Again, like I say, it's just scene after scene of amazingly timed comedy.
Mhm.
Uh,
They,
incredible.
and they're chasing. Well, they seem to be chasing Terry Ruxpin in his car, and
Yep.
Jet slips in with his swordfish and starts shooting at Andy. I think he
Yeah.
technically shot at the car, but also shot at Andy, and then Andy shot back at him, and then they both kind of like go into a gunfight in the air, and between the air and the horse. And Terry Ruxpin crashes his car, and he's like, "Oh shit, I'm caught for sure this time." And then Andy leaps over the car.
Just it's just amazing. Like, why? Why is he here? He's just so bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it tickles me for some reason, and I like I howled with laughter through most of this episode just because it is one massive absurdity
Mhm.
from start to finish.
Oh yeah,
Just great.
yeah. And he's shooting that Spike
Yep.
over catching the bounty. And then it goes back to his apartment, Faye's in his place, and he's like, "Oh my god, this decor is horrible."
He's
And
like no taste.
yeah, and the horse is like there eating up out a trough right in front of her, and he goes, hey, Faye, I whipped up some of my special stew. I can't remember what he's called it.
I can't. Yeah, it's. I remember it being stew, and her being less than enthused with it.
Yeah. and then got really annoyed with him because it's like, oh my god, it's just Spike. I could,
Yes, he's Spike, but really inept. He's
yeah,
like Spike on skill level, but without the thought process.
no thought process at all. Yeah,
Oh, it's so good.
uh, and then she comes back with big box load of the stew in cans.
Oh yeah, that canned food, the triangular canned food.
Yeah, the triangular can food. um,
Oh,
and Spike's like, I ain't eating this.
no.
Uh, and
What
then
if there was no other food? Spike, like you could starve. He's like, I would rather starve.
literally, there's no other food. I think that's all the food we got. Or
This
rather
is the only
starve.
food we've got. You know what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I was never that hungry anyway.
yeah. And then yeah, and then oh, we're missing the Big Shot, the bounty show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They turn it on, and they got a big note from Teddy Ruxpin, and
That's
his whole kind of gimmick in this is the fact that no one listens to him.
uh, man. This. Oh, it's so. Yeah, this last confrontation is fucking exceptional. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
the
Uh,
level of the degree of just I nobody cares, and like this guy's doing really bad things, but it's like shut up. I'm dealing with something.
yeah, it's before you get there, so he also kind of like goes, I'm going to do this in this place. You got to work out where it is, and then it goes like, found it.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, yeah. He's just targeting really tall buildings.
oh no. So yeah, they go to confront him.
Well, no. Faye and Jet go, yeah, I know, I can't be bothered with this anymore.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
it's
you're right.
like, I'm in. I'm going to do this.
For once, Spike's like, I guess I'll do it then.
No, he was totally in because he knew that fucking Andy would appear.
Because Andy's gonna be there, yeah. Like, but like every other time, Spike's like, I don't know, I'm not so sure. But yeah, now that there's competition, he's like, no, we're doing this, or I'm doing this.
Yeah, he's doing it. So he shows up and the guy's really pissed off that he's late. You're late. Yeah, and I don't really care. Oh, here he is, whistling the music. Doo doo.
Like every time, and it's the fact that the fact that the characters directly address hearing the whistling
Mhm.
it is gold. Like it would be just as funny. It wouldn't like you could have written that he has an obnoxious theme tune and it's really funny that it keeps playing every time that he turns up. But the fact that his obnoxious theme tune exists in the world and people are equally annoyed by it is just it's another level.
Yeah,
It's another level.
it's good. Um, and Teddy Ruxpin is trying to explain his whole MO and why he's doing all this shit, and they're just like, and he's like, I found you again, or something, or who you? I can't remember. It's some ridiculousness, and
Something not directed at the person he's there to catch.
yeah,
Most
yeah,
importantly.
yeah. Uh,
Uh
and then Teddy runs into fucking
well
into a
no,
lift.
first Teddy's like, why won't you listen to me? And they go, shut up. Like they tell the bomber to shut up because they're too busy with their own baggage.
Yeah,
It's like he's gonna blow something up, you idiots.
yeah.
Oh
And then
man.
then he runs away, and they're like, "Oh wait, we got to deal with this
Yeah.
first, actually."
Yeah. and so he gets in one elevator, they race into the other one, and then he picks up a radio because they can see him through the glass, and he's like, "Oh, so that elevator, the doors are never going to open again. And when you get to the top, you're going to trigger all these teddy bears right at the top, and you're going to blow the fuck up. It's going to be
Yeah.
great."
Yeah.
They don't seem too worried initially as it kind of sets off, because Spike's like, "Well, better go in here and type the code." Oh, that didn't work. Huh? Why didn't that work? And Andy's like, "Well, I predicted this and came and changed the code earlier." You changed the code. I
Yeah.
changed the code.
Yeah.
That means the code is back where it started.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And then
That everything here is gold.
Andy tries to shoot through the window, but the bullets just ricochet in the lift.
I did forget there is one bit when they're at the fountain when he runs away. Uh I like there's a point, and I can't remember what point it is specifically, but Andy just goes, "Oh shit." It's just really perfectly timed. I should also point out that the guy that does Andy's voice is also the guy who did Cosmo in The Fairly Odd Parents.
All right, yeah. Cosmo and the Fairly Odd Parents.
Yep.
Wow.
Very different voice. But
Hmm.
he also does the dad in Fairly Odd Parents, which is a little more of the same. And I was also wondering why I thought it's like, man, that does sound familiar. I think he's also the narrator in the newer Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoon that my son's been watching.
All right.
So, so I was like, whose voice is that?
No, no. Now you're going to think of Andy and his awesomeness.
Yep. It's I'm just gonna hear the whistling every time I start watching Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah, and so's your son, because it's not going to
God,
be just in your head; it'll be in real life. Where's that coming from, Dad?
that's right. Because we willed it into existence.
Pretend you didn't hear it, son. Just keep watching this.
Oh,
It's not real.
amazing,
It's not real.
amazing.
Um,
So
yeah.
yeah,
So the
he tries to shoot them out, and
yeah,
that does not work, and nearly kills both of them.
yeah. And he's like, "Stop it, you idiot!" And then Spike notices the skip hatch top, so he jumps up into the skip hatch, and then bloody Andy does the same thing. Well, Spike's so halfway through it, and they get stuck. Why you need
Yeah,
for this?
they
Uh,
basically three stooge their way
yeah,
out of the escape hatch.
yeah. It's like Jesus. And
Uh,
what's his name's watching from the ground. And like,
yep.
they're going to be finished. They're going to die. And then he gets to the top, and there's a big explosion. And it's like, yes, that's it, dead. And then he turns around, and then Faye
It's a big
clocks him in the
punch.
face.
It was that easy. That's how easy this was. Just punch him in the face and tie him up.
They literally caught him like 3 times, and the only reason
I
they
know.
haven't is because of Andy.
Because of Andy.
Uh,
Fucking
um,
Andy.
and Spike. You can't let
Yeah.
Spike off the hook too much.
To be fair, if Andy had never turned up in the first place, Spike would have had him in the first instance.
Oh yeah, yeah, he would. But yeah. Anyway, so they explode, and then I think Jet has some binoculars and looks up to the top of the building. And is like, oh yeah, they're all right. There's no, it's Faye. Oh, they're just climbing up the building like
It's
monkeys.
Faye. Faye's got the binoculars because she calls them a couple of spider monkeys or something like that.
Yeah, because
Those monkeys.
they start like crawling up. They get into like a wee bit of rubble, start crawling up, and there's a wee slopey bit,
Yeah.
and they kind of crawl up like that, and then Anthony gets up on his feet, so Spike goes, he's on his feet. Shit, how do you get my feet? And start running up, up his Berkeley. And they get,
It's the fact, what is it? She's like, oh, look at those monkeys. And then Jet says, like, yeah, I guess they do like to be high.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, my gran used to say that.
Yeah. Let's take this dude to the. Let's get the bounty on this dude.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love this. So yeah, then they manage to eventually clamber up to the top,
Mhm.
and then we get sort of a weird shootout sequence where they're really trying to murder each other. Apparently.
Yeah, that's. I don't fully understand why Andy's doing it because he just has no clue in anything.
Yeah.
He has
Spike's
some.
angry. He wants Andy to die because he just does not want him around anymore. Like that's clear.
Yeah,
Uh, but Andy genuinely is giving him like a bit of a run for his money. Like he's obviously like relatively skilled
yeah,
because like his shooting's pretty on point and nearly hitting, and they kind of battle back and forth for a bit. Spike falls through a floor and ends up buried under some rubble for a while.
yeah.
Uh,
That's
and I can't remember what actually initiates this that Spike gets so angry because he
uh,
gets back up and he's stood there and they're sort of just staring at each other. And Andy says something, and he just kind of goes like, like mashes the table with his fist. I just can't remember what the line is or what it is that pushes him over the edge to do that.
Andy's. I don't know. Andy's just kind of like one of those guys. Well, who's you again? Type thing. I think it's one of those
Yeah,
things.
it's so. But just yeah, like his frustration, like he's losing his mind. How angry he is, and he
That's
just punches the table, like, and then all of a sudden the ground around uh Andy starts to collapse and he falls.
yeah.
And
It slides back the way.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, he's like, oh shit.
I think can't remember what was that. So like the fight scene, like Andy's doing the whole revolver hammer
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
trick because he's got an old cowboy revolver. Fight also loses all his ammo. They do this fight. I think there's a couple of scenes where Spike loses his balance against him because of the
yeah,
the grounding, and then it's not until like say he punches the desk and like the whole thing starts to crack around Andy, and you just see the top half of the building kind of like sliding away and falling down backwards away from Spike, and then you see he goes Spike goes, oh wow, and then he goes to have a wee look, and then Andy's just dangling on by the clutch of the thing and climbs himself up and goes, well, that's it. I'm quitting being a bounty hunter now.
I'm done here.
Yeah,
It's like
you're you.
that was some powerful punch.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
that. Why is that the thing that made you quit, Andy?
wow.
What
Did it
what
make him
what
quit?
is
Anyway,
this?
there's a yeah, it's you get something like, well, yeah, that's me done. That's me. And it's like Spike's going, why? Well, that's one mighty powerful punch he did there. You're the new cowboy man, and
Uh,
he walks away, and his horse appears in elevator.
yes, his horse appears in the elevator of the building that has collapsed, which is also great. Um,
Collapsing.
oh god. And then he says the line, he says the line.
Oh yeah. See you later, space cowboy.
And yeah, he says that's where the line comes from.
From this one episode,
Does
Diamond.
it is it said elsewhere?
Uh, I think it might
I
be
don't
said in
remember
Big
hearing
Shot.
it. Oh, really?
Big Shot might have mentioned it. Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember it very specifically being mentioned, but that I'm just gonna pretend that's where it's from. So I kind of hate and love the fact that Andy might be the one who said that first.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
like literally maybe the worst thing, but also because it's the worst, it's kind of the best.
yeah. So he rides off in the sunset, and Spike now has his hat and has near
Yeah.
admiration for the man for somehow. I don't know.
He says like, "Hey, what are you gonna do?" And he's like, "Oh, "I'll find something." you know, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then yeah, back in the Bebop, he's like, yeah, you know, like I bested him in every way, but you know, he seems like an all right guy.
Yeah. Eating the stew.
Yeah, and Jet's like, he's like, Jet, are you listening? Yeah, yeah.
Not
And he goes
listening.
back to talk about him again. He's like, Jet, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you get Ed with Iron riding Ed's back as a cow as a horse with the hat. Sure.
Oh, so
Uh,
good. And
and they
then we get to our last scene,
mhm,
which is just glorious, which is the teddy bomber being taken away in the secure van for the police.
mhm.
He's like, he goes, "Hey, so why'd you do this all?" He's like, an opportunity to talk about why I did the things I was doing. And then he goes in to talk about like how he's anti-capitalism and it's like and overtaking planets and mining and doing these things for no reason and building buildings tall just because they're tall.
Yep. And destroying these buildings is destroying the symbolism
Yep,
of capitalism. Which
yep.
when's this? 98? When did Spike Club come out?
This is 99, so it's about
90.
the same time.
See? Oh,
Yeah.
what came first? Cowboy or
But,
Fight Club?
good question. But then it's the bit where he goes, "I guess I did that,"
Yeah.
and the security guard just pats him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
It's,
Well,
it's
it's
like, well, you said your piece. Thanks, man.
it's not just that though. There's a scream from outside. He's like, hey, wait up!
Oh God, yeah, that's right. It just gets better. And here we have fucking samurai and a horse.
Yeah. And he and he rides up in Sarah and
And
they
he's
look out
like,
the window of the truck and go, Andy? No, it's Hitoshi or something. Call me Hitoshi from
yeah,
now.
whatever his new samurai name is.
And he rides past the truck. And then
uh
this is where Teddy goes, maybe it doesn't really matter.
yeah,
And
yeah, that's what it is,
that's the
yeah.
scene where the
It's
security
like,
guard.
you're right.
Yeah. It's like, oh fuck.
And that's and then it says see you later, Space Samurai at the end of the episode, which is just so good.
Yeah,
Oh man.
that's
I
it.
fucking love this episode.
It's the best
I
episode.
fucking love this episode. I like what do you rate this, Colin?
I'm giving this my first 10
uh
ever.
100%. This is not it's not my first 10, but this is the best episode of Cowboy Bebop there has been. This is the funniest it has been. The action was really great. But just everything about this episode is incredible.
Yes, yes, in every way. It's just
Oh my god.
it's just ridiculous. It's
It is it's fantastic. I honestly, as soon as I finished watching it, I was like, man, I can't wait to talk about this one.
yeah, yeah. I wasn't too sure how you take this.
Can't.
I wasn't too sure it was
It
too off the
I
ball for you.
Oh no, I like because that's I think that's the thing. Like the like if you look at my previous 10, which was Heavy Metal Queen, a lot of the reason I liked that was because it was kind of quirky and different. And interestingly, it is the same director.
Oh, was it?
Yep. I actually did a quick check to see what other episodes that this director had done, and they'd done Honky Tonk Woman, which is the one when they first sort of meet Faye,
Uh-huh.
which I quite liked. It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Hmm.
They did Heavy Metal Queen, which is one I gave a 10.
Yeah.
They did they did, however, do uh, Heavy Rock of the Dark Knight, which I did not like.
Amy Rock in the Dark Knight.
That's the Toys in the Attic one.
All right, the weird
Yeah, the
thing he
weird,
was
not
eating.
good episode.
The thing it was the
Yeah.
alien thing.
Yep. They did the Mushroom Samba, which we both liked,
That's good.
and then this one.
I liked it because of the tune.
Yep. I think like the majority of their episodes have been fantastic, and I've noticed that they like with the exception of the Faye one, they've mostly been sort of off the ball ones, which I think hit more often than not. So
Yeah.
it's Kunihiro Morai is the director, and they also do some writing as well. But they wrote and directed the Toys in the Attic episode,
Yeah.
so
Now,
potentially a better director than a writer.
yeah. All I'll say is this guy, this the Teddy Bomber is in the live action. I've not watched it
Oh,
all yet.
really?
Yeah, but
I hear Pierre LeFou is also in the live action.
is he? Oh fuck. Wonder how that goes
I've
down.
heard. I don't know if that's true, but
I've not watched it all. I think I got maybe to the episode where this guy was in it, and it's I don't know. It was more Andy made it than that guy. He was just basically the villain that was getting really pissed off that no one listened to his fucking thing. Because even like at the start, because they were talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, it's a warning. I don't really care." type thing.
yeah, I don't care. I
Yeah,
just don't.
I don't care about what message you're trying to send out.
Oh man, this like that is. It's not only I think the best Cowboy Bebop has been. I think it's the best, one of the best examples of anime I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Like it like another thing I think that's fantastic about that is that the dubbing is so great. Like
Mhm.
I think there's a like there's such a thing about people not liking dubbing, whether it's to do with the voices themselves or the fact that the information loss is significant or more significant. But the fact that they managed to retain the comedy and the timings and everything like that, and it's done to such an expert degree, I think shows the skill that like the expertise that they provided when doing that dubbing. It wasn't an afterthought. It was like, no, we have to make a good attempt to make sure that this is a viable version of the show.
Mhm.
And that shows to me, like, and has shown to me throughout most of the series. Like, I think very few occasions where I've been like, man, don't like that. That doesn't fit. Doesn't sound right. I think there's maybe been one or two voices where we've kind of questioned them on occasion, but for the most part, like I feel like everything has been pretty solid, like right
Yeah.
across the board.
Yeah. Yeah. Certainly, it does come off well. This one. There's been money spent in
So
it.
good.
That's for sure. Unlike
So good.
unlike ghost stories.
Yep. Where every moment is agony.
Every
Um,
moment.
so that's it.
Yeah, that's this
It's
week's.
you've reached the end of another episode of Who's That Anime. We are an anime podcast. Uh, you can find us at anchor.fm/. Who's That Anime.
Mhm.
We can be found where all good podcasts can be found: Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Overcast, Pocket Cast. And if you wanted to leave us a review, that'd be cool. Any rating is fine as long as there's constructive criticism on anything less than a 5 star. I think we're down.
Yeah,
If you want to tell a friend about what we do, because we don't make any money doing this or advertise it really in any way, that'd be awesome. Share the love.
Mhm.
We have a Facebook page where we post about new episodes and some memes and things like that. That's at facebook.com/ Who's That Anime. We have a YouTube channel that is on youtube.com. You can search for the channel. It's Who's That Anime. Colin has very graciously been putting up not new episodes, but video versions of the episodes that we have recorded. I believe the most recent ones are the Ghost Stories ones have
That's
gone
right.
up,
Yeah,
episodes 1 to 5. Full
yeah.
season there.
Yep. And new one coming out this Sunday.
Sweet. So, in
Vampire
fact, the same
Homes.
night as this podcast, by the time you're listening to this, there will also be new content on YouTube.
Yeah, that's right.
So, all
What
to look
new episode
forward to.
about vampire homes?
Still one of my favorite episodes we've done. Um,
This,
we also like to play video games. Colin likes to play video games at twitch.tv/couchfuel. We have, as we've said on many an episode, we're in a bit of a transitionary period right now where we're not playing a lot of games. Colin, you're about to move, so there's some
this,
technical things going on there.
this will not look like this in sometime in the future.
Yeah, that's weird. There's going to be a new background. What
Yeah.
you should do is move your chair and take an exact picture of that screen of that location using your webcam so that you have it just in the event that you want to use it.
Just so people will recognize it's me and not some other
I
fraudulent
just think
Colin.
that would be fun. Like as you can see, for those of you watching the video portion of this, my office is currently an absolute mess. So,
I mean,
whoops a daisy.
technically that's like been like maybe 75% of the time if you've done recordings.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But yeah, likes to play video games at twitch.tv/couchfuel. There will be more video gaming in the near future, hopefully. But if you cannot wait and would like to watch some stuff, there is a youtube.com channel called Couchfuel where you can watch the archives of that channel. I sometimes like to play video games at twitch.tv/HalePayman. I've been testing out some stuff recently just to have a look potentially about doing some fun horror related video games. I have an archive of my work and fun stuff on youtube.com as well. If you search for the channel, it is Hale Payman.
Hail Payman.
And Hale Payman. I think that's us. I think all that's left to say is that next week we'll be talking about the movie.
Oh yeah. Movie Cowboy. That'll be fun. Need to find that's not on Netflix.
It is not. It is not. Gonna need to find a place to watch that.
Yep. Yeah. Good old places to watch Cowboy Bebop movie.
Oh, I've renewed my VPN subscription for another 30 months. So, if we can find a place to use it, then that's a potential.
Yeah, that's right. A VPN.
Yeah,
Which we don't.
I'm not. This is not a sponsored section. I just use a VPN. I'm not going to say what one it is, but there you go.
Used it, yeah. Yeah. Other than that, we've actually been stuck to the script this time.
Yeah.
We
Well,
hardly.
we kind of deviated a bit at the start with some Transformers discussion.
Yeah, but we didn't delve right into that too much.
No, I think my excitement to talk about Cowboy Funk was high. And I was like, I need to
Truly
get
high.
through this. I need to start talking about this soon. Yeah, because what I will say is that if you look at how long this episode is going to be, and right now recording length we're at about an hour 26 minutes. If I look at our previous recording lengths, hour 20, hour 44, we are about slap bang in the middle of our last couple of recordings for Cowboy Bebop. So
Yeah.
we're about average. So we've still managed to talk a good amount.
Yeah, it's
About stuff.
Weird. Of actually
Yeah.
anime. Actually what we're actually watching and not just random shite.
Yeah, not just random shit.
Yeah, I did notice
Get that
though.
guy to listen to this episode.
No, they don't listen to the podcast.
No, just get them to listen to this one episode. Be fine.
Maybe, yeah. We did one where we didn't talk too much about shite.
Yeah. Like, just if you skip maybe the first 5 minutes where we talked about Transformers, the rest of it's pretty on point.
Yeah, pretty on point. I was going to say he didn't announce the Japanese name of Cowboy Funk.
You were right. I was so excited. It is
Super excited.
Cowboy Funko.
Cowboy Funko.
Cowboy Funko.
Like the toys. Funko Pops. Pop Funkles.
Funku. It's more like somebody going, "Thank you, Funku,
Thank you.
thank you, cowboy, thank you."
I feel
Like
that's
if Jonathan Ross said, "Thank you."
no, no. I just think it's a very poor impression of an Asian. Thank you.
No, no, it's called Funku.
I
That's what it's
know.
called.
I know.
A Funku Pop.
Yeah. Anyway, uh, there you go. Yes, catch our shows on YouTube. There's a new one coming up. It will be out by the time you listen to this. And in 2 weeks, there'll be the start of the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yep. And
Which I
then
uh
we've got 3 episodes of Cowboy Bebop to go. So it's going to be our palate cleanser next up.
oh yeah, 3 episodes. Yeah,
Yep. The movie, episodes 23, 24, well, episodes 23 and 24, and then episodes 25 and 26.
yeah. That'll be good. That'll be good. So yeah, yeah, we have to sort that out pretty soon. Need to sort some stuff out. But yeah, that's been Who's That Anime with your
Yep.
Superior hosts.
That's also a Transformer.
Yeah, I think it wasn't that the aerial bars that made Superior.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the aerial boss.
Yeah. Omega Supreme. There's another Supreme.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Getting more Transformers in the mail soon.
more Transformers in the mail. He
Yep.
actually literally, I mean, he's not talking about like things that change volts to one voltage to another.
No, more of the things you can see in the background there.
Nope, camera still low. It's up there, yeah. Higher. You need to move the camera. There you
More Transformers.
go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you got a lot. Anyway,
I do.
should
Chug
probably close
life.
this off now.
Yeah, probably.
But we were patting ourselves on the back for not talking about too much shit, and then we dragged this out
Doing so
way too
well.
long.
Well, Transformers, anime, and then back to Transformers. I think we're good. But you send us off.
All right, that's been Who's That Anime. See you next time, Space Cowboy Samurai.
Yeehaw. Bye, folks.
Yeehaw. Bye. Uh,
3 million, pal. Those Woolongs are mine.
There's more.